Russia is refilling its ammunition stockpiles faster than expected, causing concern not only in Ukraine, but also in Western countries, Canadian Chief of the Defense Staff General Wayne Eyre said. If we look at Russia's capacity to reconstitute its ammunition stockpiles, it's happening faster than expected, Eyre was quoted as saying by the local news agency on Friday. Canada does not produce much ammunition, and if it were to use ammunition at the same pace as Ukraine does, its stockpiles would be depleted within days, he said, while calling the situation very concerning. After Russia launched its military operation to protect people of Donbass from Ukrainian aggression, Canada, like many other Western countries, has been providing Kiev regime with military aid, which includes munitions and tanks. On the other hand, Russia claimed on Monday it had dramatically increased production of ammunition and military equipment by more than 12 times, according to Minister of Industry and Trade Denis Mantyrev. Since the beginning of this year, many types of weapons and special military equipment are being produced in quantities, much more than the quantities produced in the entire past year. And if we talk about munitions, we are now reaching a level at which deliveries in just 1 month exceed the total order of last year, state news agency RIA Novosti cited Mantyrev as saying. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said in May that Russian forces have already received sufficient ammunition for effectively inflicting damage on the enemy by firepower, and the domestic defense industry generally meets the requirements of the Army and the Navy, state news agency TASS cited him as saying. He said, as a whole, the defense industry meets the requirements of the Army and the Navy. Compared to early 2022, the amount of purchased basic armaments grew by 170% and especially needed weapons by 7 times. This year, a sufficient amount of ammunition has been delivered to the armed forces for inflicting effective damage on the enemy by firepower, Shoigu said. Earlier, Russia's state military corporation Rostec announced on Saturday that it had begun expanding its manufacturing of Kinzhal hypersonic cruise missiles. It went into production a long time ago. Initially, we didn't need such a quantity. We are now increasing, Rostec CEO Sergei Chemezov said in a Zvezda Plus TV channel interview, according to news reports. Chemezov also reportedly said that the defense company increased the production of some munitions by 50 times. The Kh-47M2 Kinzhal Dagger, in Russian, is a hypersonic air-launched missile with a range of more than 1,200 miles, typically carried by customized MiG-31K fighter jets. Recently, MiG-31Ks have been spotted in Kaliningrad after tensions with Lithuania as well as in Belarus on training missions. The hypersonic missile can carry conventional and nuclear bombs at incredible speeds while dodging modern air defense systems. The Kinzhal is said to have been used for the first time to attack a Ukrainian position early in the nearly one-year-old conflict. Dismissing allegations of a missile shortage, Artyakov assured that the production of the hypersonic Kinzhal missile is robust, meeting all the requirements of the Ministry of Defense. The missile's production, initially limited due to parallel testing, has now shifted to mass-scale manufacturing. We're now mass-producing the Kinzhal. The missile was initially produced in limited quantities for the sake of further upgrades and R&D completion. Now, we've transitioned to a steady production run, meeting the Ministry of Defense's quality, timeline, and volume requirements, Artyakov Street aided on Russia 24. Artyakov also refuted Kyiv's claims of downing Russian Kinzhals using the American Patriot air defense system, labeling them as Ukrainian propaganda. He suggested that these statements are attempts by Kyiv to curry favor with the United States by praising Western-manufactured weapons. He further emphasized the advanced technology embedded in the Kinzhal system, claiming it is currently unbeatable in terms of preventing the missile from reaching its target. The Kinzhal system incorporates technologies that, at present, cannot be thwarted, he added. The mode of operation of the Kh-47M2 Kinzhal missile involves launching it from an aircraft at high altitudes and speeds. Once launched, the missile uses its rocket engine to accelerate to hypersonic speeds and climb to a high altitude. It then uses its guidance system to navigate to its target and perform evasive maneuvers to avoid interception. Upon reaching its target, the missile releases its warhead, which can be either conventional or nuclear.